Have you ever heard of the ultimate long game? I'm talking about a plan so patient, so meticulous, that it took decades to unfold, outlasting emperors, rivals, and even entire generations. Today, we're diving into the story of Sima Yi, the man who played chess while everyone else was playing checkers, and in doing so, laid the foundation for a whole new dynasty. History often remembers the flashy heroes of the three kingdoms: the brilliant Zhuge Liang, the mighty Guan Yu, the ambitious Cao Cao. But lurking in the shadows, serving the very warlord who was wary of him, was Sima Yi. His story isn't just about military genius. It's a masterclass in political survival, patience, and the subtle art of accumulating power when no one is watching. When we first meet Sima Yi, he's a reluctant official in the court of Cao Cao. Cao Cao, a shrewd judge of character, supposedly saw a wolf's gaze in Sima Yi, a sign of hidden ambition. He kept him close using his administrative talents but never fully trusting him with military command. Sima Yi understood this perfectly. He played the part of the loyal, diligent servant, biding his time, making himself indispensable but never threatening. This was his first move. Earn trust, but never so much that you become a target. He was an expert at managing his own reputation. Under Cao Cao's son, Cao Pi, Sima Yi's star began to rise. Cao Pi saw him not as a threat, but as a key ally. He was appointed to high-ranking positions, including Grand Marshal. This is where Sima Yi started playing the long game in earnest. It wasn't just about winning battles, it was about winning influence. He was given control over military affairs, a critical step. But real power, as he knew, wasn't just in leading armies, it was in controlling who led the armies. This brings us to the core of his strategy: the slow and steady takeover of both civil and military institutions. While his rivals were focused on external threats, like the Shuhan kingdom led by Zhuge Liang, Sima Yi was focused on internal politics. He cultivated relationships, promoted his own loyalists to key positions, and gradually filled the court and the army with men who owed their careers to him. Think of it like a corporate takeover, but with armies and empires. His most famous military campaigns were against his legendary rival, Zhuge Liang. Their duels are the stuff of legend. But what's often overlooked is how Sima Yi won. He didn't win by outsmarting Zhuge Liang in a single, brilliant stroke. He won by outlasting him. He knew Zhuge Liang was operating far from his supply lines. So, what did he do? He refused to fight. He built up his defenses and simply waited. His own officers called him a coward. They begged him to attack. But Sima Yi held firm. He knew that time was his greatest weapon. And he was right. Zhuge Liang, frustrated and worn down, eventually had to retreat and later passed away from illness on campaign. Sima Yi didn't defeat the man. He defeated the situation. Patience won where bravado would have failed. With Zhuge Liang gone, Sima Yi's prestige soared. He was the hero who had defended the kingdom of Wei. But the Cao family, the ruling clan, started to get nervous. The new emperor, Cao Rui, was succeeded by a young child, Cao Fang. This created a power vacuum. The regency was given to Cao Shuang, a member of the imperial family, and Sima Yi. Initially, they shared power. But Cao Shuang was arrogant and inexperienced. He saw the old, seemingly frail Sima Yi as a relic of the past. Cao Shuang and his faction began to sideline Sima Yi, stripping him of his real military authority and giving him prestigious but powerless titles. They threw lavish parties and consolidated their control over the government. And what did Sima Yi do? He went along with it. He claimed to be old and sick, retiring from public life. He let Cao Shuang believe he had won. For years, Sima Yi remained in his mansion, seemingly wasting away. Cao Shuang's spies would report back that the old man was senile, barely able to feed himself. It was the perfect camouflage. While Cao Shuang was enjoying his power, Sima Yi was secretly plotting. His sons, Sima Shu and Sima Zhao, were just as cunning as their father. They continued to build their network of loyalists within the capital's military garrisons. They were waiting for the perfect moment, the one moment when all their enemies would be in one place, vulnerable and unsuspecting. That moment came in the year 249, during the Gaopingling incident. The young Emperor Cao Fang and the regent Cao Shuang, along with all his brothers and key supporters, left the capital city of Luoyang to visit the imperial tombs. The city was left virtually undefended. This was the moment Sima Yi had been waiting for his entire life. Suddenly, the sick old man sprang back to life. He was 70 years old, but he moved with the speed and decisiveness of a tiger. In a swift, bloodless coup, Sima Yi, with the help of his sons and their loyal troops, seized control of the capital. He secured the armories, took control of the government offices, and blocked the city gates. When Cao Shuang heard the news, he was trapped. He was with the emperor, but he was cut off from his power base. Sima Yi sent a message, promising that if Cao Shuang surrendered, he and his family would be allowed to live out their lives as wealthy nobles. They would lose their power, but keep their lives and fortunes. Against the advice of his counselors, Cao Shuang, who lacked the nerve for a real fight, agreed. He surrendered his authority and returned to the capital. It was a fatal mistake. Once Sima Yi had him in his grasp, the promises meant nothing. Sima Yi accused Cao Shuang and his entire faction of treason. They were all arrested and, in a brutal purge, executed along with their entire clans. With one single, decisive move, Sima Yi had eliminated all his rivals. He was now the undisputed master of the Wei Kingdom. He held the emperor as a puppet, and the state's military and civil power was firmly in the hands of his family. The foundation of the Cao Dynasty was shattered. Sima Yi himself never took the throne. He died 2 years after the coup, content to have secured ultimate power for his lineage. He passed the torch to his sons, Sima Shi and Sima Zhao, who continued his work of consolidating control. It was his grandson, Sima Yan, who would finally force the last Wei emperor to abdicate and declare himself the first emperor of the Jin Dynasty, unifying China and ending the Three Kingdoms period. The story of Sima Yi is a chilling and fascinating lesson in power. It shows that true, lasting control doesn't always come from winning battles on the field. It comes from controlling institutions, managing perceptions, and having the incredible patience to wait for the perfect moment to strike. He outlived, outwaited, and outmaneuvered everyone. He proved that the patient wolf, hidden in plain sight, can be far more dangerous than the roaring lion. His legacy is a testament to the power of the long game. Thanks for watching. If you found this journey into the art of political strategy as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button, subscribe for more deep dives into history, and let me know in the comments which historical figure's long game you'd like to see us break down next. See you in the next video.